everybody. Welcome to the Callback Club. This is Vinay, and today with me we have Mr. Chetan. So a little introduction about Chetan before I get going. Um, Chetan is currently pursuing his master's in global supply chain management at Purdue. I met Chetan around, I think in 2022. That's 4 years ago.
Yes.
And the first thing that I noticed about this guy, apart from how dashing he looks, is his interest towards supply chain. Because the first thing that this man tells me what he wants to do in life is he's like, I want to do masters supply chain management, Purdue. There is nothing he spoke about. That's the only thing he spoke about, day in, day out. So when a person speaks about his goal, his or her goal, uh, with that sort of clarity, it sounds funny and it's very serious at the same time. But I think that's how manifestation works. So here he is. I think he'll be graduating in May. I am yet to book my
Yes.
ticket. Please, W Pompey, I will book tickets, or you can book it for me. And
Sure, sure.
man cooks amazing Hyderabadi biryani. When we were in Ahmedabad, there was a place called Amazing Hyderabad Biryani, but his biryani was more amazing than the Hyderabadi biryani at Amazing Hyderabadi Biryani. Uh, so yeah, a long way from Walter Viraya to Walter White, from Borden to Boston, and from Prahlad Nagar to Purdue. So here we are. It's fun.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
fun.
I
So
think it's really fun back then when we used to have good times with Adani, cribbing about the city initially and then loving the city while we are going. I think um, I personally am missing Ahmedabad a lot. All the Kodia tea stall gossip, the people we were around with. It's just so nostalgic and fun to be around it Ahmedabad. I think I hate to admit that uh, some of my heart really stays at Ahmedabad, and I think that is because of the people. Oh my God, this is getting so senti.
yeah,
Come on, Vinay, you
I
can
would want
take
to
over
talk
from
about
this.
Anil, but that guy will get me cancelled if I tell people the kind of shit that he pulled. But anyways, yeah, Chas, Khakra, Fafda, yeah, and now Dunkin' Donuts. And what's at your place? I don't think your West Lafayette has a thing of themselves for themselves.
Excuse me. We have the amazing pizza, and we have the OG Harry's. Anytime if you wanna grab a drink and just have a good vibe, please, Harry's doors are always welcome.
Your Harry's is not in Boston, but my Dunkin' is there at your place.
Apparently, so yeah. Dude, I think that's the problem, right? There is only one Harry's, but there are too many Dunkins.
Yeah, because
So
that's how good Dunkin' is. I don't know what Hari Ram, Hari Krishna. I don't know what you guys are eating, but our Dunkin' Donut is good only. Uh,
just आओ कभी हमारे हवेली पे.
Uh, Vasta, tappaga vasta. Uh, so yeah, the idea of today's conversation is um, procurement, supply chain, and how is AI or how AI can be used in the spectrum of procurement, because that's where I and Chetan met. That's where we met. Okay, I don't want to speak in third person. That's where we met. Um you were working for Adani Petrochemical. I was working for Adani Natural Resources. Um we were using the same tools, SAP MM and Ariba mostly. Everything else was just like a supporting tool like Excel, Word, or whatever. But the major tool was SAP and Ariba. That's where our experience in procurement sort of comes from. And we did not have AI with us. I think around the time when we were leaving, we started using AI for our SOPs and LORs,
Yeah,
but uh, we never used it for our POs or NFAs. Uh,
right.
yeah, we just yeah, just about came then. Um, yeah, you can give me what's your take on AI in supply chain or procurement, and then I'll go with mine.
Yeah, I think I come from the same path where I used my AI skills when I was proofreading my SOPs and stuff.
I
Um,
tried to play it safe. I
and
told I wrote my LR and SOP using AI. This guy's like, I tried to proofread it. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I did. Because I used a little bit of brains and some emotions to write my SOP
Thank you. Thank
on
you. Thank you. Yeah.
unlike
Sure.
others.
Yeah, sure.
So I think it's been a long journey with AI, and it was a quick journey, I can say, where most of the tasks that are there in procurement field are at the verge of in the verge of automation with agentic AI and large language models currently. So I think AI is something that we need to accept in that will have an efficiency paradigm shift in procurement field as well. Um, Mostly it doesn't do any wonder negotiations. It is all people when it comes onto the table. But I think when it comes to automating all the mundane everyday tasks such as drafting an RFQ and creating an NFA, processing an invoice. These are some things that AI can actually weigh in and try to automate them. Um, I think we, as initial GETs in Adani, I still remember
Oh boy.
where the where we used to send a lot of emails and RFQs in SAP Ariba. I think
Yeah.
um, my seniors had a really bad time sending out RFQs in mail, but we were at the time where Ariba was actually introduced to Adani, and that made our life really easy. But there were still some manual entries that we need to do in Ariba, and those are some things that are still unavoidable. But I think going forward, AI would actually take over that manual entry work and try to automate that. Uh, and as you see, the current market is also looking looking at that part of the PR to PO process to automate, because I think it would be a bottleneck if we consider the current AI automated scenario. I think that is one good thing to address up. So yeah, that makes our life really easy uh, as a buyer. So I think that I'll still stand upon that point that we can automate that manual entry work. I don't want to do that.
Like RFP, RFQ is like the talking stage in the relationship with the vendors. Sometimes it goes until wedding. Sometimes it's
It's
situationship
just
when
there. Yeah,
it falls off.
it
But
doesn't work out.
yeah, bro, we have to have
So
RFQs on Bumble. Best. Send 20 questions. Answer. Busy later. I don't want to waste my time
wow,
later. Best,
that's a
bro. Best.
nice
Save time.
that's a nice take. Mm. I think I think RFQs for one had a lot of bifurcation in most of the companies. The companies that I've worked had a different kind of standards when it comes to high value contracts versus low value contracts. I think AI can do a very good job with low value contracts, like automating the entire PO cycle and getting the output. But I think high value contracts is something that needs a human intelligence or else an intervention when it comes to negotiating and trying to analyze what AI is given and present that into the leadership. That's where human force would be involved uh, in the next coming years. This routine task would be basically streamlined by AI, and then all the important tasks or else important decisions are basically taken over by people. It gives you the space to basically think more and try to interpret that data in a very good fashion, which was I think lacking during all through the years. So yeah.
Yeah, something in the same lines. What I feel is AI is it's an amazing thing. What can happen, what has happened, and what is happening. across different industries with different job roles, different support functions. And this is what read somewhere, that until COVID, the whole procurement wing or supply chain was like a support function. But once COVID hit and they realized that, dude,
Yeah.
it's fucked how what can happen if you don't take care of your supply chain. And then supply chain sort of became a core function for most companies. And where I see AI coming in place in this whole procurement, or at least in my experience, where I feel AI would have helped me a lot, was was definitely negotiation. Because so many of these terms and conditions, there are so many like so many details that have to be read in between the lines, which I feel AI can catch really quickly, rather than me spending the whole day with that document.
Yeah.
Or something like an NFA, right? Like if, let's say, I want to go to Goa and I tell my mom that, Amma, I'll go to Goa. She'll be like, go ask your dad. And I'll go to my dad's like, go ask your mom. And that thing doesn't end, right?
Right.
So the delegation of authority is just screwed in that case. But in the office,
Right.
it's like, okay, you go to your manager, their manager, then category lead, whatever. That place where it's a very manual task. You don't have to do it all the time. Your data is
Right.
there, you just put in and you're like, please create an NFA. Saves a lot of time. And
Right.
probably tracking as well. You don't have to. Yeah, I think that comes in a gray area where I would not exactly say if it's automation or AI, but a
Right.
mix of both. And I think that's gonna save a lot of time. A lot of time.
Yeah. Right. Even I still remember about waiting for an NFA. I think it takes about 2 to 3 hours of our time in a day to particularly draft a high value NFA back then. So I think AI would actually work really well, like tremendously well, if there is a real good data in it. The feeding of a good data is actually important in order to get the results. Um, as you know, it's a scramble out there while we basically maintain the data. It's almost like 100% certain that there would be some link that would be missing while we were while we are trying to close a PO. Um, I think the 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 better thing for a procurement buyer to do is to try to incorporate that habit to basically document each and everything well in order to streamline and let the AI catch all the nitpickings of what we have done. And if I take the example of NFA itself, NFA is something that we need to try to explain what has happened and what exactly that we have done. Instead of giving like a meticulous data, if we try to give any random data, I think that gives us sloppy work. It eventually makes our turnaround time really like comparatively higher. If we would have taken the same path manually, we could have actually achieved that really faster. So I think that's where our kind of role comes to try to pick try to put all the information, or else like all the necessary information, if I want to correct that, into the agentic AI, and let that do the rest of the work. So that's my take for that.
And we would spend a lot of time on drafting e-auctions even before they're held.
Yeah.
Correct. There's a lot of data that has to come in, and even while the auction is happening, you have to sit and sort of, um, yeah, I think that AI can help there, where it can extend time as and when
Yeah.
it's like it has to be extended, or sort of set that minimum value.
Yeah.
Cases like that, AI can really help. I mean, it does not necessarily have to replace a person sitting there, a buyer, but it can assist the buyer take better decisions. Um,
Yeah.
so during a negotiation, it helps you understand how trade-offs work with the past data in the company, because it's always
Yeah.
always there in the ERP system. So
Right.
if a company decides to sort of train a AI model, because where I work right now at American Surgical, so I'm a quality intern. Hi, Chintan. We
Mm.
haven't met before. Uh,
Oh, nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you. How Taita? Yeah. So
Uh, I too, I
they ha
too.
I thought they have this chat enterprise ChatGPT, and
Mm-hmm.
it clearly tells that ChatGPT will not use American surgical companies' data to train its models. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever sort of redundant work that I have, be it paraphrasing or just not market research exactly, but because I'm in quality, there's a lot of documentation that has to happen in a very formal manner, in a certain format, without any grammatical errors. And when you bring humans, it's sort of bound to happen. And the company also sort of encourages us to use AI so that
Mm-hmm.
the margin of error reduces drastically.
Yeah.
So AI is a good thing there, and yeah, I really feel if the company really does decide we have to implement AI, implementation will take time, but when it does, the benefits are
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm just thinking about the implementation strategy of AI for multinational conglomerates. Like, what a mess that would be.
And
I
how
think,
easier our lives would be once it's done.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, right. We just have to join the company once it is done, and everything is like very streamlined. Just like uh, at that time where we joined Adani at the implementation after the
Yeah,
implementation stage of
yeah, yeah.
Ariba. So yeah, I think that is a good take about like as a individual contributor how we are using AI in order to like basically do your redundant work. In Formlabs, actually, I used a lot of AI while I was trying to um, beautify my email so that I would not sound very
I
direct.
hope this mail finds you well.
Yeah, that was the first thing that AI used to give. So that's one thing that I would actually miss whenever I wanted to scream at vendors. But that's not how it actually
Somebody
is
from
done.
somebody from Farm Labs is watching this video. I'm just saying.
Uh, yeah, I think I can they can vouch for that. They have been in the same shoes of mine, and and I think they would basically agree upon what I'm saying. So I have no fears about my colleagues out there.
Yeah, speaking about
So
colleagues, I think a huge shout out to Mr. Shivam Saraf. Shivam, bye. Happy married life.
oh wow,
Got
okay,
married
congrats,
recently.
Shivam bhai. Oh okay, nice. When
Yeah,
was this?
I think last month. Yeah, smart guy, dude. Mr. Smart
Man.
guy.
I think
Dude.
he's one of the important persons in NR based
Bro,
on the
he
words
was
that you.
Techno Commercials ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Techno Commercial NR ChatGPT is Mr. Shivam Saraf.
yeah. No ChatGPT or else no AI can beat that AI
Yeah,
over there.
yeah. Mad scene, mad scene. And yeah, it was a fleeting thought. From a career perspective, implementation of AI in procurement, I think it's a very big sector. Reason being, like how SAP consultants are like a big thing right now. Let's say one of two things can happen. Either SAP can come up with, just as an example, for SAP SAP can come up with AI modules or AI support for the existing modules, or our SAP consultants that we hire can bring in the AI functionality into these modules. But either which ways, I think it's a major scope for people from that sector to kind of segue into AI
Yeah,
implementation, or people who come from hardcore supply chain
yeah,
can learn AI and can become these consultants and can work on these. Because like we were the users of SAP, but I'm pretty sure SAP consultants who like implemented it made more money than we did.
yeah.
There's like mad money there.
Right,
I think it was ideal for Adani. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah. So That's an
So
interesting.
I think one good thing about AI implementation, as I said, it basically reduces the tasks which are daily done, as which are categorized manual. Um, but there is a lot of leverage of market data at your hands when you tend to use ChatGPT or else any kind of agentic AI as like a tool, because I personally had a chance to negotiate with a vendor based on the market data of UI UI LCDs, and try to like accumulate that knowledge faster than ever using AI. So I think if I would have been an intern back then in 2006, where the only search engine that we have is Google, and the market research that we can do is just surfing through a numerous websites. That is like I even in my primitive years of buy as a buyer, um, I had to go through a lot of documentation to understand what are the standards of an API pump. So what is the factor that basically uses, like, in terms of business context, what it is, and these are some stuff that are only being done in a random Google search, where there are basically hundreds of websites that we could surf through. That is something that is streamlined in AI, where if we want to understand what mechanism does an API 672 standard pump has, uh, just through a click of a button, we could basically get at least like some amount of knowledge to talk with the vendors. As a buyer, that is something that is a very good, uh, I think, a leverage, because you know the data that you are talking about, and you understand what you are buying is something that we have been taught through, because um, technical buying is something that is not related to like any indirect purchases or contract management, these kind of stuff, where you need to understand what you buy. um, at that standpoint, I think AI is a great tool in order to know what we are buying for, and what we are like getting as a value add to the company, um, as a buyer. So that is one thing that I wanted to highlight with AI. Use a lot of ChatGPT. Get to know what you are buying for. What are you like basically what specifications and what does it actually means. Uh, I think that is better than asking random people. I wouldn't say random people,
Exactly. You
engineers. I
don't
think
have to pester the user again and again.
user again and
So
again.
this is
Yeah.
our scope of work. Can you please explain it? No, just ChatGPT.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, and it all also like, um, with that being said, data it, data security is something that is really important. Um, just don't put everything in ChatGPT and try to like uh,
Is this vendor
dust
trying to
off,
screw me over?
right, dust
No.
off this. Um, you are bound to the legal clauses where data security is something um, that you need to like really take care of. Consider those as as something that you need to like uh, as a fence, where you should give some data to ChatGPT, but not everything. So try to get that difference on what to share and what not to share. That is also very important, because you don't want to get into trouble eventually.
And I think when we last spoke about this, you mentioned somewhere how AI is used as of today. Like we are discussing the uh, probabilities and the possibilities of what can be done. But I think you also mentioned some places where it is helping as of today. You mentioned something about the finance team.
Yeah. I think what I mentioned was about just if we take the P2P cycle that we had, uh, the the exact ROI team that is currently benefiting with the AI integration is the finance sector of a company, where they are trying to mitigate that manual entry work by matching the invoices that were
Yeah.
being generated by the vendors, multiple vendors. I think there would be a huge influx of invoices that a person needs to actually verify in order to process the payment with the finance team. That is
And
something.
different companies have different formats coming in,
Different
right?
formats, yeah. So I think that is something that AI is trying to take over in terms of like improving the process cycle. Uh, I personally had I had my friend in a different company use that AI model and uh, try to like transform that PDF into a readable format um, in their software. So like that has really drastically improved their cycle time. I think there was around 20% of improvement in their PR to PO turnaround time. So I think that is something that was really innovative, or else like is an essential thing going forward. If we want to use an AI, just try to read through the POs and try to get the numbers, and it is doing a good job. But I think like I still wanted to trigger one thing is that our supply chain as a team is something that is heavily dependent on numbers. Data accuracy is something that is of quintessential importance, where one error in the cell of Excel would actually ruin the
Yeah.
model that we have.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that is something that we need to take care of, and try to, as a buyer, try to re-verify the work of AI, um, because LLMs are basically stochastic. It is based on what happens next if this happened. So that works like vaguely works on that kind of path. But in real world, data accuracy is like if an LLM works in 90% accuracy, then it is a groundbreaking reality in the LLM world. But that's not the case with supply chain, right? So 90% accuracy in supply chain, like or else in the throughput is a is a horrendous thing in terms of quality, in terms of uh, a- any yield assumptions. We want at least around like 99% or a 98% in our supply chain terms. So I think heavily relying about AI in certain tasks. I am not very like I am not an expert in AI as well in order to say which are the tasks which are heavily reliant. But I think um, considering that trade-off is something we need to keep in the back of our mind, and try to implement that with the fact that AI is something that can make mistakes. So it actually it will
Yes.
be there in any
Yeah.
any
Yeah. It does. It's a
any
it's
germ
a place.
right Gemini,
ChatGPT can make mistakes.
right, ChatGPT and Gemini can make mistakes. So I think that is one thing that we need to keep in mind and try to implement those. um we don't know like whether it can outweigh that, and it becomes more and more deterministic based on the information that we put through. But right now, I think like that is something that we need to consider as well.
That is an interesting take. It can be done. It should be done. And
Yeah,
even when it is done, the buyer still has to be there. It
right,
we can't just
right.
outsource entire procurement function to AI, and yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's bro. When is Varanasi coming out?
Varanasi. I think in late 2027, I guess, dude. I think any project that comes to Rajamouli is getting like 2 years and 3 years just to come out from the director's reel. I mean, it's frustrating, but it is still like the hype is real. We can't complain.
See, there is Varanasi, okay, and there is toxic here. So just
Uh,
be mindful. It's coming
okay.
next week. Not
Mhm.
next week. Next week. Is it?
Next
What's it?
week,
I don't know. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. Exactly 2 weeks from today.
mhm, I think our film would actually crush Toxic. There's Decoit coming.
That's hey, hey, Valera, Valera.
Dude, నేను history would repeat చేయమంటే చేస్తా. History speaks for itself. There was, I
Huh?
think KGF 2,
Yeah,
and there was an Advishesh film. Um,
hey,
what was that?
hey,
Advishesh.
ever do. Not ever do. Ever do.
No, no, no. Advishesh
Yes, yeah.
Major. Major. See,
It's a good movie,
Adi,
but instead of KGF 2, I'm sorry.
maybe it made the numbers, but it is a better film than KGF 2. Come on.
Illusion is a nice place to stay
E,
in. Just, I want to know how
I
much rent
think
you're paying for it.
I think
Just let me know.
ఈ డైలాగ్ తోనే నాకున్న కన్నడ ఫ్రెండ్స్ అందరు దొబ్బేస్తారు అనుకుంటా.
ఏం dialogue?
Like with this dialogue, I think everyone would actually leave. Everyone who is Kannadiga would actually leave me.
Starting with me. Yeah,
Uh,
I will leave you.
but
Pakka. Bro, KGF 2 is KGF 2. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
okay,
Yeah. So we'll see now.
agree
Anyways,
to disagree.
Dacoit is
Yeah,
coming against our toxic. You will see.
right,
We'll see what's
right.
gonna happen.
I
Yeah.
think IPL is also around. Drum roll.
It's just toxic. It's just toxicity everywhere. It's okay. Okay. Speaking about toxic, I'm saying. I
Mhm.
feel like the air quality that in America is just so hyped up. It is good, I get it, but it was good in Shantigram also. Shantigram was very clean.
Shantigram was very clean, but Shantigram is not equal to Ahmedabad.
Yeah, I'm just speaking about Shantigram right now. During Garba and all,
Yeah,
gone. It's just dust and dust. But apart from that,
that's yeah,
I think even
yeah.
normal day, Shantigram was good.
Shantigram was very good. I think um, I still remember while I was going to my office, I'll just walk around for one kilometer or so before going to my office and taking my bus, just to feel that air, all the Belvedere roads and all the stadium vibes. And there was a mall in Chandigram as well, the one and only.
Shoppers
Yeah,
Plaza.
Shoppers Plaza. So
It's matters.
yeah, it was really good back there. I think unpopular opinion is that like Gandhinagar is so like better as a city,
It's so
uh,
well planned, bro. It's
well planned.
squares.
Yeah,
It's literally
yeah,
squares.
it
You look
has
at from
it
look at
has
map.
sector kind of layout. Yeah, I mean, I think I spent more time in Gandhinagar than Ahmedabad,
Yeah,
than exploring Ahmedabad. So
who did you explore it with?
yeah,
Never with the movies. Never with the movies.
the world will never know.
Oh yeah. Okay. Only what happens in Gandhinagar stays in Gandhinagar. Okay, dude.
Station Gandhinagar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, dude, I've spoken for quite some time. I initially planned for 30 minutes, but here we are. I don't know what. Okay, it's way beyond 30 minutes. What is
It is
time?
more
Time
than
is
30
relative.
minutes.
Okay, dude. Perfect. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming.
Oh,
This is not
it's
like a
my
one-take
pleasure.
thing. I'll probably have a conversation with you about something again,
Yeah, sure.
as the
I'd
Cuban
be ready.
here
Yeah,
we again. That's the calm
right.
we did. By the way, Rakshi Chetty, bro, he'll come back. When he comes back, no, you
He's
people,
coming with the Telugu film, so you can't complain.
Rakshi Chetty is not coming with the Telugu film. What?
Jai Hanuman.
That is Rishabh Shetty, da. Hey, racist.
Ah,
Hey,
shit.
that is
Oh God.
this illiterate people. I can't handle. Hey, ఎలా
I'm
ఉన్నారు
I'm
పర్డ్యూలో ఎలారా
I'm so I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry.
ఓకే
Inka,
ఇట్స్
we the Shetty that we all know is Rishabh Shetty. So
Shetty. Okay,
uh,
okay, yeah. Many people won't understand, but it's fine. Yeah, he's like the top G.
okay,
Anyways, thanks a lot. Good
no
evening and
problem.
have a nice weekend.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye. Book your tickets to Purdue.
డబ్బులు పంపిరా మొదలు
డబ్బులు పంపిస్తా పేటిఎం చేస్తా నీకు